in the order Aranida, abundant worldwide except in Antarctica. Spiders have two main body parts, 8 legs, 2 pincer-like venomous appendages, and 3 pairs of spinnerets. Species range in length from 0.02 to 3.5 inches, 0.5 to about 90 millimeters. The venom of a few species, example, brown recluse, is harmful to humans. Most species catch insect prey in a web of silk extruded from the spinnerets. Spiders change little during growth, except in size. Species are classified largely on the basis of the number and arrangement of eyes and the type of web. See also black widow, tarantula, wolf spider. Order Aranida, or Aranii, any of more than 46,700 species of arachnids that differ from insects in having 8 legs rather than 6 and in having the body divided into 2 parts rather than 3. The use of silk is highly developed among spiders. Spider behavior and appearance are diverse, and the arachnids outside Europe, Japan, and North America have not been thoroughly collected and studied. Witness an orb-weaving spider using silk wrappings to immobilize grasshopper prey. All spiders are predators, feeding almost entirely on other arthropods, especially insects. Some spiders are active hunters that chase and overpower their prey. These typically have a well-developed sense of touch or sight. Other spiders instead weave silk snares, or webs, to capture prey. Webs are instinctively constructed and effectively trap flying insects. Many spiders inject venom into their prey to kill it quickly, whereas others first use silk wrappings to immobilize their victims. Spiders range in body length from 0.5 to about 90 millimeters, 0.02, 3.5 inches. The largest spiders are the hairy megalomorphs, commonly referred to as tarantulas, which are found in warm climates and are most abundant in the Americas. Some of the largest megalomorphs include the Goliath bird-eating spider, Theraphosa blondi or T. blondi, found in parts of the Amazon, and the pinkfoot Goliath, T. apophysis, limited to southern Venezuela. The smallest spiders belong to several families found in the tropics, and information about them first became known in the 1980s. Female spiders generally are much larger than males, a phenomenon known in animals as sexual size dimorphism. Many female orb weavers, such as those in the families Tetragnathidae and Arachnidae, show extreme size dimorphism, being at least twice the size of males of the same species. The extreme difference in body size appears to have arisen through selection processes favoring fecundity in females and bridging locomotion in males. Bridging is a technique used by spiders for orb web construction. The spider produces a silk thread that is carried by the wind and becomes attached to an object, forming a bridge. Small, light males can build and traverse silk bridges more rapidly than larger, heavier males can. Scientists suspect that this gives small males more mating opportunities, thereby favoring selection for their small size. Spiders are found on all continents, except Antarctica, although spider fragments have been reported there and at elevations as high as 5,000 meters, 16,400 feet in the Himalayas. Many more species occur in the tropics than in temperate regions. Though most spiders are terrestrial, one Eurasian species is aquatic and lives in slow-moving fresh water. There are a few species that live along shores or on the surface of fresh or salt water. Small spiders and the young of many larger species secrete long silk strands that catch the wind and can carry the spiders great distances. This behavior, called ballooning, occurs in many families and expedites distribution. Some species are distributed in this way around the globe within the bounds of the northern jet stream. Ballooning spiders drift through the air at heights that range from 3 meters, 10 feet or less to more than 800 meters, 2,600 feet. Importance: all spiders are predators. Because of their abundance, they are the most important predators of insects. Spiders have been used to control insects in apple orchards in Israel and rice fields in China. Large numbers of spiders have also been observed feeding on insects in South American rice fields and in fields of various North American crops. Modern pest management strategies emphasize the use of insecticides that do the least damage to natural predators of insect pests. Although many spiders produce venom for use in capturing prey, few species are toxic to humans. The venom of the black widow, genus Latrodectus, acts as a painful nerve poison. The bite of the brown recluse and others of the genus Loxosceles may cause localized tissue death. Other venomous spiders include the tarantula-like funnel web spider, genus Atrax of southeastern Australia, and some African members, baboon spiders of the family Theraphosidae of Africa and South America. Chirocanthium milday, a small, pale spider introduced from the Mediterranean, and the native Chirocanthium inclusum may enter houses in late fall and are responsible for some bites. Occasionally tissue death at the site of the bite occurs. Some American tarantulas throw off abdominal hairs as a defense against predators. The hairs have tiny barbs that penetrate skin and mucous membranes and cause temporary itching and allergic reactions. Certain species of orb weavers, Araneaidae, tarantulas, Theraphosidae, and huntsman spiders, Sparacidae, and members of family Gnaphilidae are suspected predators of bats, especially species of Vespa bats, family Vespertilionidae, and sheath-tailed bats, family Emballonuridae. Birds have also been known to become trapped in spider webs, and in some instances spiders have been observed feeding on birds. These reports have led scientists to propose that flying vertebrates may be an important source of prey for certain species of spiders. Form and function. External features. The bodies of spiders, like those of other arachnids, are divided into two parts: the cephalothorax, prosoma, and the abdomen, opisthosoma. The legs are attached to the cephalothorax, which contains the stomach and brain. The top of the cephalothorax is covered by a protective structure, the carapace, while the underside is covered by a structure called the sternum, which has an anterior projection, the labium. The abdomen contains the gut, heart, reproductive organs, and silk glands. Spiders, except the primitive suborder Mesotheli, differ from other arachnids in lacking external segmentation of the abdomen and in having the abdomen attached to the cephalothorax by a narrow stalk, the pedicel. The gut, nerve cord, blood vessels, and sometimes the respiratory tubules, tracheae, pass through the narrow pedicel, which allows the body movements necessary during web construction. Among arachnids other than spiders, the tailless whip scorpions, order Amblypygae, have a pedicel but lack spinnerets. Spiders, like other arthropods, have an outer skeleton, exoskeleton. Inside the cephalothorax is the endosternite, to which some jaw and leg muscles are attached. Spiders have 6 pairs of appendages. The first pair, called the chelicerae, constitute the jaws. Each chelicera ends in a fang containing the opening of a poison gland. The chelicerae move forward and down in the tarantula-like spiders but sideways and together in the rest. The venom ducts pass through the chelicerae, which sometimes also contain the venom glands. The second pair of appendages, the pedipalps, are modified in the males of all adult spiders to carry sperm. See below reproduction and life cycle. In females and immature males, the leg-like pedipalps are used to handle food and also function as sense organs. The pedipalpal segment, coxa, attached to the cephalothorax usually is modified to form a structure, endite, that is used in feeding. Some spiders walk on the surface of the water. The pedipalps are followed by 4 pairs of walking legs. Each leg consists of 8 segments: the coxa, attached to the cephalothorax, a small trochanter, a long, strong femur, a short patella, a long tibia, a metatarsus, a tarsus, which may be subdivided in some species, and a small pretarsus, which bears 2 claws in spiders that do not build webs and an additional claw between them in web-building ones. The young of 2-clawed spiders often have 3 claws. The legs, covered by long hair-like bristles called setae, contain several types of sense organs and may have accessory claws. A few species use the first pair of legs as feelers. Spiders can amputate their own legs. Autotomy, new but shorter legs may appear at the next molt. Internal features. Nervous system and senses. The nervous system of spiders, unlike that of other arachnids, is completely concentrated in the cephalothorax. The masses of nervous tissue, ganglia, are fused with a ganglion found under the esophagus and below and behind the brain. The shape of the brain, or epipharyngeal ganglion, somewhat reflects the habits of the spider, i.e., in the web builders, which are sensitive to touch, the posterior part of the brain is larger than in spiders that hunt with vision. The simple eyes of spiders, which number 8 or less, consist of two groups, the main or direct eyes, called the anterior medians, and the secondary eyes, which include anterior laterals, and posterior medians. Structures called rhabdoms, which receive light rays, face the lenses in the main eyes. In the other eyes the rhabdoms turn inward. Both the structure of the secondary eyes and eye arrangement are characteristic for each family. Other sense organs are long fine hairs, trichobothria on the legs, which are sensitive to air currents and vibrations. Slit sense organs in the form of minute slits or several parallel slits. The slit is closed toward the outside by a thin membrane and on the other side by another membrane that may be penetrated by a nerve. Slit sense organs are sensitive to stresses on the cuticle. Other sense organs act as vibration receptors or hearing organs. Internal receptors, proprioceptors, provide information about body movement and position. Olfactory, smell-related organs are specialized hollow hairs found at the tips of pedipalps and legs. Olfaction is used mainly to sense pheromones. Food is digested outside the mouth, preorally. Some spiders chew their prey as they cover it with enzymes secreted by the digestive tract, whereas others bite the prey and pump digestive enzymes into it before sucking up the liquefied internal tissues. The mouth leads into a narrow passage, the pharynx, which leads to a sucking stomach, which is part of the midgut. The midgut has a variable number, usually 4 pairs of blind extensions, or ceca, that extend into the first segments of the legs, cocci. Additional ceca and a branch digestive gland are located at the front of the abdomen. At the end of the gutta cecum, stercoral pocket, or cloaca, connects with the hindgut before opening through the anus. The excretory system includes large cells, nephrocytes in the cephalothorax that concentrate nitrogen-containing wastes, a pigment-storing layer, hypodermis, coxal glands, tubular glands, Malpighian tubules in the abdomen, and the ends of the abdominal gut ceca, which are filled with a white excretory pigment, guanine. The excreta include various nitrogen-containing compounds e.g., guanine, adenine, hypoxanthine, and uric acid. Respiration. The respiratory system, located in the abdomen, consists of buccal lungs and tracheae. In spiders, the buccal lungs are paired respiratory organs composed of 10 to 80 hollow leaves that extend into a blood sinus separated by small hardened columns. The lungs open into chambers, atria, which open to the outside through one or several slits, spiracles. Tracheae are tubes that conduct air directly to various tissues. The 2 respiratory organs at the very front end of the abdomen usually are buccal lungs, and the rear 2 are tracheae. However, in some groups both pairs are buccal lungs, as in the tarantula-like spiders, or tracheae, as in some minute spiders. It is impossible to determine from surface structure whether a spider has buccal lungs, tracheae, or both, because the respiratory organs are covered on the exterior by hardened plates. Circulation. The circulatory system is best developed in spiders with buccal lungs and is least developed in spiders with bundles of tracheae going to various parts of the body. In all spiders, the abdomen contains a tube-shaped heart, which usually has a variable number of openings, ostia along its sides and one artery to carry blood, hemolymph forward and one to carry it backward when the heart contracts. The ostia close during contraction. The forward-flowing artery, which goes into the cephalothorax, is branched in spiders with buccal lungs. The blood eventually empties into spaces, flows into the buccal lung sinuses, and travels into a cavity, pericardial cavity, from which it enters the heart through ostia. The blood contains various kinds of blood cells and a respiratory pigment, hemocyanin. Changes in blood pressure function to extend the legs and to break the skin at molting time. The sex organs, gonads of male and female spiders, are in the abdomen. The eggs are fertilized as they pass through the oviduct to the outside, with sperm stored in the seminal receptacles after mating. The fertilized egg, zygote, develops in the manner typical of arthropod eggs, rich in yolk. See arthropod, reproductive system and life cycle. Venom glands are present in most spiders, but they are absent in the family Euloboridae. The glands are located either in the chelicerae or under the carapace. The venom ducts extend through the chelicerae and open near the tips of the fangs. Venom glands probably originated as accessory digestive glands whose secretions aided in the external digestion of prey. Although the secretions of some spiders may consist entirely of digestive enzymes, those of many species effectively subdue prey, and venoms of a few species are effective against predators, including vertebrates. The spitting spiders, cytodes, family Cytadidae, secrete a sticky substance that glues potential prey to a surface.